It's Week 14, the 2040 season, and we'll be watching the Huskies' superstar running back. He's been guided by his field vision all season and has seen his way to 5th in the league in rushing. It's the Huskies and the Steamers, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that is a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who have to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
Just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
And he's coming off a game where he's pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start. Get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you, and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it. And if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
3rd and 5. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. So a much more difficult scenario now. It is 3rd and 10. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. A pickup of 15 in the air. And that will be a first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Quick throw, taken in, and he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
Well, I think it's pretty clear what the week's plan was, and that was to get the quarterback in a rhythm right out of the gate. You got to imagine as the game unfolds, they'll sprinkle in some runs. But so far, it's been their passing game to get this game started, and that last one results in a first down.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. A handoff as they try to run it here. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down. Here's a run. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. To the goal line and in. Touchdown, Steamer. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Here comes a return from the 3. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, they're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
They'll look to throw. Right back to Wilson. He's got it again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A tight end in motion now. On the give, this is Allen. And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5. Back to throw. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on 3rd down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these 3rd down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And this is going to work out for them. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they're going to get him down right at the 25.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Putting the tight end in motion. He'll look to throw. Fires quickly. It is complete on the slant. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Throwing now from the gun. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Slot man in motion left. Here comes the jet sweep. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. Handoff here, up the middle. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. 3rd down and 9. He'll drop to throw. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. A pickup of 14 on that one. That's enough for a first down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. They continue to roll, continue to move the chains. That was a gain of 15.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. So the decision has been made, and they will send the field goal unit out. His kick is good. And the Steamers will extend to a 10-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Here's Smith to return it, and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Huskies offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's used his legs to great effect this year, both when the pocket breaks down and by design, as you check out the league leaders in quarterback rushing yards. The throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Allen.
Offside, defense. Still 2nd down.
Following the penalty, they'll run it. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards. So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
He'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Now they'll set up to throw. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. So the move is for the field goal unit here. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Huskies are on the board. It's now 10-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Steamers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we take a look at league leaders in receiving touchdowns by the running backs, he's right up there among the best in the league. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up 3rd down.
And 9 yards to go.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
I can appreciate the idea of keeping the play alive, right? Giving as much time as possible to your targets to uncover downfield. But you also have to play to your strengths. You got to know the type of player that you are. In this case, doesn't have quite enough speed to get away and probably should have just thrown it away.
The Steamers lining up in punt formation. As he'll take this a yard or 2 into his own end zone. Now fair catch is taken back inside the 40. The Huskies offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll run with Allen. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They set the screen to the receiver, Wilson. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now some movement up front. Flags down. Mistake-filled first half continues. Off play action. He'll set up. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side, it either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Steamers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stick with him again. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to third down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. Greg and I will be right back after this. Here now, 3rd and 5. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. From out of the gun, he'll throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Motion man is the tight end going right. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They bring their tight end right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They'll look to throw again. Quick throw here is complete. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this 2nd quarter. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the air one more time. Quick throw, taken in. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down. They are set up with 1st and goal. Now the offense will use their 3rd and final timeout. Out now is the field goal unit. They'll try to pick up 3 points here. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Steamers going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Back to throw here to begin the drop. He'll air it out deep for Wilson. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. The Huskies offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. Here comes Allen. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Look wide. Get this one complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. They'll look to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Back to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here with Allen. Give him 13 on that screen play. And a first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
From the 50, he'll set up to throw. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. A carry here for Allen. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down. Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to
Neutral
jump?
zone infraction, defense. Still third down.
The penalty yardage not quite enough for a first down, so they're still looking at 3rd and inches. He chooses to keep it on the zone read. And he's not going to get there. I think he's looking for a cutback lane, but that certainly didn't develop. And now it's 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
He's going to keep this again. Whoa!
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one, and down he goes.
Watch the pursuit by this defensive end. The quarterback tries to escape the pocket, but he just keeps on chasing him, and he closes that ground in a hurry and brings him down for a big sack.
And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Steamers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Not much happening there, just a short gain.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Going right sideline and complete. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
He'll drop to throw. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now a give on the ground. It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 3rd and long.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd down and long.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. The Huskies offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
On the ground, it's Allen. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's fourth down. A shotgun snap. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on downs.
You got to give credit to the defensive coordinator here. He went into attack mode, had a great blitz planned for this fourth down situation, disrupted the timing of the offense, and the quarterback had nowhere to go. He flushes out of the pocket to keep the play alive, and they're able to chase him down, force the sack, force the turnover on downs.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? There's that man again, another catch. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. They'll turn and hand this one off. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he's going to be taken down.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
They send Jackson, the tight end, in motion. They'll try to run this one in. And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Steamer. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Point after try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the Steamers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. Here's Smith to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. To the right side here, pass is caught. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Man is open, middle of the field. It is caught. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he'll be taken down.
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Neutral zone infraction, defense. Still first down.
So now then, 1st and goal from the 1. Back to the ground after the penalty. Trying to find a crease in there. It's a big pile of bodies, but he is going to come up short. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. And this time, he's in. Touchdown, Huskies. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Makes the score Steamers 20, Huskies 10.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will wind up working out well. He's going to take it up to the 40-yard line. Good return. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They're closing in on a 9th victory of the season, and they're going to start this drive here at 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold them to a gain of 2. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still 3rd down.
So now, after the penalty, a much more manageable 3rd and 3. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down. And that will take us to the 2-minute warning. The Steamers going to line up in punt formation as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The visitors' offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down back in the backfield in the area of holding. Here's 1st down. They'll drop to throw. Down the field, it's caught on that left sideline. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line. Throwing now on 1st and 10. A quick throw that's complete on the slant. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. Whoa! And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Now, 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here we go, 1st and goal. They'll look to throw again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also...
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
Well, that was step 1. The offense did their job, get this thing back within 1 possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back, and it's not going to be easy.
The kicking team on for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. In need of a recovery and a quick field goal, here comes the onside kick. The kickoff unit is out there, and they'll send this one away.
With the rule changes on kickoff, Mike, it's just so hard to really expect to recover an onside kick nowadays. There's a lot of people pushing for kind of a radical change to this. Hey, can we make it 4th and 15? Offense gets the go. If they convert it, they keep the ball. I'm not sure that ever happens, but we can see here an onside kick, not much of a chance.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are gonna send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.